Welcome back, investors, to Ticker Time News. I'm Adam, and here's the latest segment from the After Hours show. All right, the new under the radar company that I want to talk about for you guys. I did some digging. I saw this company and I thought, wow, this is a really interesting company. It's a chip maker, and you should take a look. The company is called Analog Devices. Their ticker symbol is ADI. ADI. Analog Devices. Now, you can see their chart here. Not too bad, but recently, going back to March of this year, they have been in ascending trading channel with a very defined bottom and a very defined top. They recently broke out of that top on earnings and has now fallen back into their channel. Let me put a vertical line right here so we can see better where earnings were, and you can see that pullback there from earnings. Now, they were flat today. They were up 0.01%. That is flat. Down a couple pennies in after hours. Now, I think they're going to stay in their trading channel. They may come down to the 50-day moving average. So watch for that. That would definitely be a better entry point, and that would be around 100 and what is it now? 160. No, that's the 200. $175. That's where its 50-day moving average is right now, and it's up to 182 right this second. So a pullback to that would be more beneficial, but I think it's going to continue in this channel. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this company, and then you do your own due diligence and see if you like it too. If not, that's fine. It's okay. We don't have to agree on every single stock for sure. All right. So, Analog Devices, ticker symbol ADI. They reported earnings on Tuesday, yesterday, that topped expectations for its fiscal fourth quarter. So, their fiscal year has now ended. Uh, Remember, not all companies are on the exact same quarter every single quarter and year. Some of them are a little ahead, some of them are a little behind, even though most of them are reporting Q3s right now. They did report their Q4 and year-end report. Now, they guided higher for the current period, meaning this quarter coming up, the quarter that we're in right now. They say they're going to do better, and they're going to provide better or an outperformance internally for the company. Now, ADI stock, it fell after the report, falling right back in to the upper part of its trading channel. That's good. ADI reported moderate earnings upside and excellent sales growth in its Q4 21 earnings. The supplier of semiconductors for data conversion, signal processing, and power management also provided bullish Q1 guidance, as it expects to carry its momentum into fiscal year 2022. I think the stock's move lower could result from ADI posting significantly lower EPS upside in Q4 rather than its current period's EPS this year, primarily due to COVID shutdowns in parts of Asia that heavily impacted supply and created transit delays. However, this was somewhat expected after ADI's peers Texas Instrument, TXN for its ticker, and Microchip, ticker symbol MCHP, posted much lower earnings upside in their recent quarterly reports earnings compared to its prior quarter for many of the same reasons as ADI. That's why when you're investing in a company, it's important to pay attention to that company's peers, especially if those companies report their earnings prior to the company you're invested in. Number one, their reported earnings can affect the company you're invested in. If their peers report great earnings, then the stock you're invested in could go up. If their peers report bad earnings, then the stock could go down. No fault of the company you're invested in. Now, they can also be a bellwether for how your company that you're invested in may do on their earnings report. And that can help you for different trading strategies around their earnings. It's almost like having a crystal ball. Even though stocks can react differently, it is an interesting data point none the least. Now, the good news is that ADI expressed a fairly optimistic belief that its investments in adding capacity will help it to better handle the supply-demand imbalance. ADI noted that it plans to expand capacity at existing factories in 2022. This is very similar to Texas Instruments, a competitor, who also plans to open a new factory in the second half of 2022, and Microchip, remember, who is also a competitor or peer, however you like to look at it, and they expect to add capacity each month this upcoming year as well. Despite supply chain headwinds, ADI still managed to post earnings in line with prior guidance and outperform on revenue growth. In Q4, ADI posted adjusted EPS of $1.73, coming in around the midpoint of its prior guidance of $1.61 to $1.83. Revenues crushed ADI's $1.71 to $1.85 billion forecast, getting ahead of myself, soaring 53.3% year-over-year growth to $2.34 billion. That's incredible. Industrial markets led growth in Q4. Organic revenues jumped 25% year-over-year, making up over half of overall sales. One of the key areas of growth for ADI in Q4 and throughout fiscal year 21 was factory automation, where ADI's sensing, measurement, capacity, connectivity, and other technologies power motion controls and certain safety features. I expect an acceleration in automation by companies to increase efficiency in their supply chains. For example, one of the largest automation technology companies, Rockwell Automation, ticker symbol is ROK, expects double-digit growth in its core automation products in fiscal year 2022, which ends in October of 2022. In addition, automotive, their sales growth 15% year over year organically in Q4. It was a standout given the ongoing production issues among automotive manufacturers. Most of the growth was fueled by the electric vehicle industry and ADI's battery management system, BMS. Their sales doubled year over year, along with factory automation. So, automotive should also see further tailwinds, and that's pushing a company forward with the EV industry as it remains charged. Furthermore, ADI's acquisition of Maxim Integrated has also strengthened its BMS positioning. That's the batteries for electric vehicles. Now selling to 7 of the 10 top EV manufacturers globally. Overall, ADI capped off fiscal year 21 on a strong note as growth in Q4 was primarily led by the company's two biggest segments, industrial and automotive. ADI also expects this growth to continue into Q1, with revenues expected to rise about 7% sequentially. With demand elevated, securing enough product remains an issue, but ADI's expected additional capacity should help to partially offset constraints in fiscal year 2022. Analog devices. They've got a big foot in the door with EVs. And as EVs continue to rise, ADI is going to continue to rise along with it. At least that's my thought. This is a combination of what their earnings said, along with my investment thesis for the company. So it's up to you, but it's one I thought I'd bring to your attention. I think it's pretty cool. I do not own any shares yet, but I am planning to. I want to see if this comes back down to that 50-day moving average. Maybe it can come back down to the bottom of this channel as the excitement from earnings kind of wears off a little bit. But that's what I'm watching for. I'm not buying right now. I would like to see it come back down in this channel a little bit. And here I'll draw this. So it's right here right now. I'd like to see it come down in this channel. And then when it makes that comeback bounce somewhere down here, maybe around the 50-day moving average, maybe closer to the channel, this right here, that's where you would want right there, that circle. I'll change that color to make it look a little bit different. Let's go with green. All right, so that's the area. You want to see it pull back down. You want to see the relative strength come down. You want to see volume come down. And then all of those things will bring the stock down. And then when it gets to this point, you know, all investors, all traders, they're watching the exact same signals and using the exact same tools. They would want to also purchase in this area. And that's what creates the bounce in the first place, right? Okay. Let's see. Interesting. Thanks. You are welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Okay, so that's my plan, at least for this company. Thank you for watching this segment from the After Hours Show. If you want to watch it live, then join me on this channel every day the market is open around 5 p.m. for the latest stock market news, deep dives on your favorite ticker symbols, and most importantly, answer your questions. Make sure to click the like button and share this video with others so we can all reach financial freedom. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.